Okay, welcome guys to the next Blender tutorial. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of lighting. So what I'm going to begin with, let's just mosey on that down. What I'm going to begin with right here is I've got a cube. I'm going to press delete on this. I'm going to get rid of the lights just for the time being. And I'm also going to get rid of the camera as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and you can use a cylinder for this, you can use a circle for this as well. I'm just going to go S and just scale this down and then scale it up. So this will be the base of the lights. We're going to go ahead and go to edit mode. Select your face is just on the side here. E for extrude. Scale in. E for extrude. Scale in. And just leave it where it is. And on the back we don't really need anything. So, what we're going to do is, let's go for E for extrude, leave it where it is, scale it in, and then I'm just going to go E for extrude and just drop it. So, we'll go to object mode, we'll go to add, and I'm going to go with another cylinder. Now what you want to do is make sure that this cylinder is just about the right size to fit into the little drop down that we've just made. So we're going to press G, bring it up. And what I'm going to do is we're going to go to edit mode. I'm going to take the top face right here, press G, bring it down just ever so slightly, E for extrude, scale it inwards, just ever so slightly, E for extrude, scale it inwards, and then E for extrude, scale it inwards, and just keep going until eventually you reach a point just at the front right here. And then I'm going to go Control R and just roll your center scroll just to make these little lines right here. So this, we're going to go right click, shade smooth, the bottom one as well, right click, shade smooth. So this one right here, what you want to do is we want to go Shift D, and we're just going to duplicate this. So what you can do is just bring it up just at the top there. This one underneath will be our emission piece, so we'll go with material, we'll go add, change this to light, and we're going to set this to an emission. Now before I set this to an emission, what I'm going to do, let's just undo that one, you don't need to undo that. So I'm just going to place a plane so you guys can see the emission. And I'm also going to go to the render engine and change out Eevee to cycles. So let's go back to our emission piece right here. And I'm just going to place this on render so you guys can see the emission that comes through. So we'll go to Principled BSDF just here. We'll go to emission. And now we can see that we've got this nice little glow going on. Because this is an outdoors light, I'm going to change this to a kind of yellowy orange. And I'm just going to increase the strength just ever so slightly. So this would generally be a wall light. Next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to take the base and we're going to go new, and we're going to go, this will be black. So let's change this to black. This will be part of the plastic. We'll change this roughness upwards just a little bit. So once we've got that done, we'll take the top part that we've made right here. We're going to go into modifiers and we're going to type in wireframe if it's not down here in your Dropbox. So now we have this nice little wire. So I'm just going to press G and I'm just going to bring it back over the top. Just as such. And we can now mess around with the thickness of the lines that we have. Just going to press G and just bring this down just ever so slightly. So now we have this nice little light going on. So what we could actually do, if you wanted this as a floor lamp, we could take this, let's see, so if I just go back onto this mode, I'm just going to go ahead and select everything and just bring it up. We could take this one, we could duplicate this, scale outwards, and we could kind of have a double bubble kind of setting for this. Also with this little frame that we've got on here, what we can do, we can go down to materials, click new, and we can make this black. Or if you want to make it the same colour as the stand, just click the black there. That way it's all uniform. And that's just basically how you make a wall light. If you want it against an actual wall, we can take this. I'm just going to go ahead, just rotate this by 90. Right, so if you wanted this as a wall light, wall mount, we can press G. I'm just going to go ahead and rotate it by 90, and then we'll go ahead and rotate it again by 180. Let's press G. Place it up against the wall like that. And then you could do this, just upwards a little bit. And then Shift D, duplicate, maybe have it as, let's go with, maybe -50 apart. Shift D, -50. Shift D, -50. Shift D, and then -50. I don't know how much you guys have got, the distance wise, but you could do this and we could go 50. So everything's going to be minus on this side and plus on this side. So just type 50 on this side, minus on this side. So Shift D, and then we press 50. So now we've got all of these. We can do a little render. You can see that we've got these wall lights going all the way across. So, what you could also do as well, if you wanted to do a wall right here, let's turn this around. This is a shading tab, by the way. We can go brick texture. Just click that there, colour to base colour. You got your nice little brick texture going on. Let's scale it down a little bit. And then what we can do, just move this to the side, we can actually add a bump texture, just right in here. Colour to height. You also want a colour ramp on this as well. Just to go in the middle, just right there. It should pop up. If it doesn't, just delete the bump node. Let's go bump again. Right there. Get that to height. Might just be taking a while to load in. Or maybe not. Maybe I've glitched it up a little bit. But anyway, if you can't get the bump node to work, you always have this as a brick texture. And then we can go ahead and add some noise. I might try the bump texture again in a second. So, you can get some noise on here. Bit of diffusion. You see how that's noise right there? And then we'll try the bump texture once more. Just to see whether this works or not. Yeah, I don't think this one's going to work, but what I can do, let's go ahead and stick it here, height. We can change this to the roughness, just in the background as well. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that bump node and maybe just have the wall tiles just for show for the moment. So, let's go with layout. I got rid of the camera, didn't I? So, let's go with, where have you gone? Let's add camera. We'll go to view, align camera to view. We'll go G, bring this back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on this one right here. So if we go to depth of field, take this little dropper right here, select this, and then just lower the f-stop ever so slightly. And we should have this nice little blur that happens around the outside. see, ratio. Just going to pull that ratio down a little bit. And you get these nice little bits at the side as well, quite artistic. It's a nice little blur of light. So, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and just move this slightly. And I'm just going to tone this down just ever so slightly as well. I think that should be okay. So when we go to this render tab right here, we can now get this kind of look where we've got nice little blurs on this side, and we have the blur on this side, and then we have the light that's in focus. And usually I would say to give the brick a little bit of texture, but today it's not working for some reason. So that's the tutorial for today. I hope you liked. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Please subscribe.